Welcome to Breaking Fears.
Hi, everyone. I want to say thank you for tuning in to my channel today. And I hope everyone is having a great Friday. And I hope you're having a great YouTube Uverse journey today. Well, again, I'm going to continue with African American History Month. And this is part two of the inventors that you may or may have not known or heard of. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to let my friend Melvin, but I'm going to start calling him Mr. Tat, do the video. So with all that being said, take it away, Mr. Tat.
Garrett Augustus Morgan Sr. was born on March 4, 1877 and transitioned July 27, 1963. Garrett Augustus Morgan Sr. was an American inventor, businessman, and community leader. His most notable inventions were a type of three-way traffic light and a protective smoke hood, notably used in a 1916 tunnel construction disaster rescue. Morgan also discovered and developed a chemical hair processing and straightening solution. He created a successful company called G.A. Morgan Hair Refining Company, based on his hair product inventions along with a complete line of hair care products, and became involved in the civic and political advancement of African Americans, especially in and around Cleveland, Ohio. Morgan spent most of his teenage years working as a handyman for a Cincinnati landowner. Like many African American children growing up at the turn of the century, he had to quit school at a young age to work full-time. Morgan was able to hire a tutor and continue his studies while working in Cincinnati. In 1895, he moved to Cleveland, where he began repairing sewing machines for a clothing manufacturer. This experience sparked Morgan's interest in how things worked, and he built a reputation for fixing them. His first invention, made during this period, was a belt fastener for sewing machines. Morgan also invented a zigzag attachment for sewing machines. In 1907, Morgan opened a sewing machine shop. 1 year later, more conscious of his heritage, he helped start the Cleveland Association of Colored Men in 1908. 1 year later, he and his wife, Mary Ann, opened Morgan's Cut-Rate Ladies Clothing Store. The shop made coats, suits, dresses, and other clothing, and ultimately had 32 employees. Around 1910, his interest in repairing other people's inventions waned, and he became interested in developing some of his own. He received his first patent in 1912. In 1913, he incorporated hair care products into his growing list of patents and launched the G.A. Morgan Hair Refining Company, which sold hair care products, including his patented hair straightening cream, hair coloring, and a hair straightening comb invented by Morgan. He received a patent for his smoke hood design in 1914, which was a smoke protection device also known as a gas mask. That same year, he launched the National Safety Device Company. Morgan's breathing device became the prototype and precursor for the gas masks used during World War I, protecting soldiers from toxic gas used in warfare. The invention earned him the first prize at the Second International Exposition of Safety and Sanitation in New York City. In 1916, Morgan rescued workers trapped in a water intake tunnel, 50 ft 15 meters, beneath Lake Erie, using the smoke hood to protect his eyes from smoke and featuring a series of air tubes that hung near the ground to draw clean air beneath the rising smoke. Morgan would also create a traffic signal in 1923 after witnessing a horrible crash at an intersection. He created a traffic light that included a new signal that worked as a warning light rather than the traditional options of go and stop. He acquired 3 patents in the United States, Great Britain, and Canada. He eventually sold the rights to General Electric for $40,000. Later in life, he developed glaucoma and by 1943 was functionally blind. He had poor health the rest of his life but continued to work on his inventions. One of his last was a self-extinguishing cigarette, which used a small plastic pellet filled with water placed just before the filter. He transitioned on July 27, 1963 at age 86 and was buried at the Lakeview Cemetery in Cleveland. Mary Beatrice Davidson Kenner, born on May 17, 1912 and transitioned January 13, 2006. Mary Beatrice Davidson Kenner was an African-American inventor most noted for her development of the adjustable sanitary belt. Kenner received 5 patents, which includes a carrier attachment for the walker and bathroom tissue holder. Kenner showed mechanical aptitude at the age of 6 by attempting to develop a self-oiling hinge. She completed the patent application for her invention of the adjustable sanitary belt in 1954, and the patent was granted in 1956. The invention was described as an eliminator for chafing and irritation normally caused by devices of its class. However, the company that first showed interest in her invention, the Son-Nap Pack Company, rejected it after they discovered that she was African American. Kenner never made any money from the sanitary belt because her patent expired and became public domain, allowing it to be manufactured freely. She later invented a modification of the sanitary belt that included a moisture-resistant pocket. In an interview, Mary Kenner said, "One day I was contacted by a company that expressed an interest in marketing my idea. I was so jubilant. I saw houses, cars, and everything about to come to my way." A representative made their way to Washington to speak with Kenner, and she continues to explain that they had rejected her by saying, "Sorry to say, when they found out I was black, their interest dropped. The representative went back to New York and informed me the company was no longer interested." Between 1956 and 1987, she received 5 total patents for her household and personal item creations, which is the largest number of patents held by a black woman. She shared the patent on the toilet tissue holder with her sister, Mildred Davidson. She also held a patent on a backwasher that could be mounted on the shower or bathtub wall, also known as a backwash. This invention was patented in 1987 with patent number 466068. She also patented the carrier attachment for a walker in 1959, after Mildred developed multiple sclerosis.
Well, that concludes the 2 for today. I want to say thank you, Mr. Tat, for giving us this important information, introducing us to these 2 wonderful inventors of the past. And we look forward to the next time that you present. With that, thank you everyone for watching. Until our next video, see ya.